Want to know the latest and hottest music hitting the airwaves? Don't be left out. Listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. Keith keeps you on the loop with everything you need to know from pop, rock, hip-hop, and the top 40. And we'll throw in news of your favorite artists, concert and tour dates, and so much more. Listen no further, because this is the gold standard in music podcast.
Greetings, good people of the planet Earth and the known universe. Oh yeah. And you're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is your Captain Keith. And on deck today we have a new music from Travis Scott, AstroWorld. I think you guys know who he is. And rock and roll legend, legendary guitarist, singer, Ace Frehley from Kiss, the classic glam rock group from the 70s and 80s. There you go. His album's called Spaceman, his new solo album. He also had a band called Frehley's Comet as well. So, and R&B / jazz singer Yazmin Lacey. And her record is called When the Sun Dips 90 Degrees. That's her EP. So all that ahead for you this hour on the GSMC Music Podcast. Oh, yeah. So hopefully everyone had a great Halloween last week. I know I did. So I enjoyed doing the shows last week. Well, I enjoy them all the time, but it was cool to do something a little bit different. So let's get into it. So we're going to save Mr. Travis Scott probably for, well, you know when I talk about him, but we'll start off with Mr. Ace Frehley. Let's talk about him. Once again, legendary guitarist from the classic glam rock group Kiss. Now, you might say, what do you mean glam rock? They're not glam. But actually, they are glam. Glam rock was basically a certain style of music and look. Singers in the 70s like Bowie and, had this androgynous makeup space rock thing going. And the 70s was a great time for rock and roll in the sense that the rock show got bigger, but not just the rock show. So if you were doing live performances, if you were a rock group, a mainstream one, you were giving a big stage presentation performance. So Kiss was one of those groups to definitively do that. Definitely, Kiss is Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Peter Criss, and Ace Frehley. So, but like I said, this is Ace Frehley's new solo album, his newest one, Spaceman. The cover of it has him sitting on this chair. He's got a silver outfit on, no famous makeup, sunglasses, his hair down, cool goatee, and he's got his Les Paul Gibson guitar laying in front of him, vertically down. I mean, just downward, with the head of the guitar pointing down towards the ground. And he's in outer space, he's on a planet, just sitting in this really cool chair with his guitar looking at you. Yeah, I'm Ace Frehley and I'm the Spaceman. Now what? So it's pretty cool. It's a blue and silverish kind of cover with the stars of space in the background. But so yeah, like I was saying, so and glam rock groups would be Bowie, the New York Dolls. They were considered glam. So anybody in the 70s doing rock and roll with an androgynous look where it wasn't overly masculine. So the only difference is with Kiss, that group was glam rock, but they weren't really androgynous. Well, one could argue that Gene was the uber, masculine male persona, and the other three guys were a little bit more androgynous. And you can say that. So Kiss was a little bit different in that regard, but it was definitely, a glam thing because it was all about the presentation and the look and the makeup. That's what made them. But as I was saying, in the 70s, it wasn't just about them with the big show. George Clinton with Parliament Funkadelic, huge big show in the 70s. And Earth, Wind & Fire, huge big stage show. So in the 70s gave you the arena rock and the big stage show, whether it was R&B or rock. That's what they were doing. So pretty cool, interesting stuff. So let's talk about his new record. So Spaceman is the 8th studio album by American guitarist Ace Frehley. It was released like a month ago. The album features guest appearances from Ace Frehley's former Kiss bandmate, Gene Simmons. That's correct. He actually co-writes 2 songs with Ace on this album. Spaceman features a reunion of sorts with his former Kiss bandmate, who co-wrote the opener, Without You, I'm Nothing. He also played bass on that track, and Your Wish Is My Command, which Simmons intended for Kiss to record. Simmons, who named Spaceman, brought Frehley to perform with him at a Vault Experience event in Los Angeles earlier this year. And by the way, much love to Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons is like the only rock and roller, mainstream rock and roller, who attended Chuck Berry's funeral and spoke at it. So much love to that. It was a big deal when he passed away. Chuck Berry is one of the fathers. He's like the father of rock and roll. So it was just I was just dumbfounded that, everybody didn't try to show up to pay their respects. So, but Gene Simmons was there. So much love. Now let's get into enough about that. Let's get back into Ace Frehley. By the way, who's an amazing guitarist. I had a chance to see him, not solo-wise, but I saw him in Kiss. But yeah, so if you didn't know, that's where he's from. This is a solo album, his 8th one. And we're going to go into the first track, Without You, I'm Nothing, which is co-written by, his buddy Gene Simmons. So it starts off with the 4 opening strums of his guitar and then a distorted bass line that comes in. A basic rhythm guitar pattern comes in, assisted with a steady snare and kick drum rhythm that has a slow or moderate pace. The bass line leaves its distortion behind. It becomes a little subdued while driving at the same time. The rhythm guitar has a classic hard rock distortion sound to it, while the lead guitar solo towards the end of the song and has a clearer sound to it. So yeah, the lead guitar solo comes towards the end, and it's a lot clearer. It definitely soars. The guitar solo reminds you of why Ace Frehley from, the classic rock band Kiss is so special in the first place. The rhythm guitar and drums actually anchor this song. I get the feeling that this song is about Ace Frehley's guitar. Without You, I'm Nothing. When he says that, without you, I'm nothing, and you're my ticket to ride, he acknowledges living an incredible rock and roll life, seeing the world at large, getting in and out of trouble, but never selling his soul, even though he got up close to the devil. His one constant was his guitar. It never left him down, and he feels lost without it. Now, another cool part about this song is that he could also be talking about his girlfriend or his wife. Lyrically, the song can go both ways in that regard, which is why I like it. Very clever in that regard. So here's the verses from that song, the lyrics. I've had my fill of tears and prayers. I've lived my life and had my share. You know my name, and I'm still here with no regrets. The pre-chorus. I've been with fallen angels and nearly lost my mind. I saw the devil and turned my back and never left my soul behind. That's a powerful statement. Without you, here's the chorus, I'm nothing, and you're my ticket to ride. When we're apart, I get the blues. Alone, I'm nothing without you. So we must reference that they are referencing the Beatles there with the Ticket to Ride. So, but that's cool. I mean, that's no surprise that they're influenced by that group. So, definitely. The second verse. Now through the years, I've hit some walls. I broke some hearts and broke some balls. Traveled the world, but I'm still here with no regrets. And then the chorus. The pre-chorus, excuse me. I've been with fallen angels and nearly lost my mind. I saw the devil and turned my back and never left my soul behind. Without you, I'm nothing, and you're my ticket to ride. When we're apart, I get the blues. Alone, I'm nothing without you. Without you, I'm nothing, and you're my ticket to ride. When we're apart, I get the blues. Alone, I'm nothing without you. Without you, I'm nothing, and you're my ticket to ride. When we're apart, I get the blues. Alone, I'm nothing without you. And then the chorus repeats again. Without you, I'm nothing, and you're my ticket to ride. When we're apart, I get the blues. Alone, I'm nothing without you. It's a good song. But yeah, like I said, it can go either way. I think he's talking about his guitar, but he could be talking about his girlfriend or his wife. But the song can definitely go either way. That's why I like it. The next song on here I want to talk about is a song called Bronx Boy. It starts off with a staunch rhythm guitar accompanied by snare and kick pattern or kick drum pattern that goes into a drum fill when Ace Frehley starts to sing. Ace Frehley's lead guitar soars over the opening rhythm guitar intro. This gives the song more of a musical punch right out of the gate. The rhythm guitar and steady and slow-paced snare and kick drum pattern set the pace for the song. I don't hear any bass on this song. If it's there, it's hidden. The rhythm guitar is in sync with the drums like the bass would actually be, or usually be. The song picks up the pace during the chorus of Bronx Boy. This song is about Ace Frehley being from the Bronx, Bronx, New York. He sings about that street life that he was a part of before joining, his legendary glam rock and roll band Kiss. I find it ironic due to the fact that on this record, Ace Frehley criticizes rap music and disco on the song called Pursuit of Rock and Roll. And I'll tell you what I mean in a minute. What he fails to realize is that rap or hip-hop is the new rock and roll, and one could say that rap music and disco have roots in the Bronx. So I like this song a lot, and I can see a hip-hop artist relating to these lyrics of Bronx Boy and actually covering the song in hip-hop style. Perhaps that could be a good gateway for Ace Frehley in regards to the world of hip-hop. I mean, his song Bronx Boy has a universal, it has a universal kid from the street vibe to it that would definitely appeal to a hip hop artist. I mean, that's my take on it. So, because when I heard the song, I was like, Bronx Boy. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. He's from New York. So this was, it's a nice narrative about what his life was like before he picked up the guitar. Because his life changed forever when he started playing guitar. So, and here's the lyrics to Bronx Boy. Better be careful, or you could disappear. You might be bought or sold. No one will ever care. No one will even care. Now there's a golden rule. Be ready to attack. Remember loyalty. Ain't gotta watch my back. And of course, Bronx Boy, just trying to exist. I never played with toys. Don't give me bull crap. I'm just a street kid we seek and destroy. Now there's a bunch of it. I'm just a Bronx boy. Bronx boy. So, I mean, that's how it's starting off, and the rest of it, here's the rest of the lyrics. Better watch out, you better stay awake, 'cause this is our turf, and there'll be hell to pay. We got our switchblades, our homemade zip guns. We're in a rumble soon as the night comes. Listen to this. I'm like, okay. And then Bronx Boy, just trying to exist. I never played with toys. Don't give me bull crap, censor. I'm just a street kid we seek and destroy. Now there's a bunch of it. I'm just a Bronx boy. Bronx boy. I mean, so do you see the irony? Like, how he and Gene Simmons don't care for hip hop, but this is a song, this rock and roll song that you are singing it's total hip hop in the lyrics. So now I can't remember if I read the bridge or not. So if I did not, let's just do it again. Here's the bridge. Now listen, you better not lose your way and be careful. Don't question what I have to say. You better look out. Bronx boy, just trying to exist. I never played with toys. Don't give me bull crap, censor. I'm just a street kid we seek and destroy. Now there's a bunch of it. I'm just a Bronx boy. Bronx boy. And then the chorus. Bronx boy, just trying to exist. I never played with toys. Don't give me bull crap. I'm just a street kid we seek and destroy. And then at the end, the ending lines are, now there's a bunch of it. I'm just a Bronx boy. Bronx boy. So, like I said, I really like those lyrics. Just kind of, I was like, oh yeah, this is the side of rock and roll that no one's really talking about. When you come from a rough neighborhood, you hear that all the time in hip hop, but you don't really hear that in rock and roll. So, let's see. And it looks like Ace is going to be going on the road. So we'll talk about that too. So more with Ace Frehley and his new album Spaceman after this break.
Always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
And we're back. Once again, you're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. It's your Captain Keith. And once again, we're talking about Ace Frehley's new solo album called Spaceman. And there's one more song I want to talk about off this record. It's called I Want to Go Back. It starts off with a drum roll intro and a blazing guitar solo from Ace Frehley with the rhythm guitar playing behind the guitar solo. The rhythm guitar playing is positioned like a bass in the background. This is a slower paced song. Ace Frehley's vocals seem more relaxed on this track. The rhythm guitar and drums navigate the song. This song is the closest that Ace Frehley gets to doing his version of a rock ballad. And yes, it works. The song is about reminiscing on his youth. He would love to go back and do things all over again. He hears a song on the radio that takes him back to his youth. He starts thinking about a girl that he cared about. And the song has him also thinking about his regrets and his mortality. So, and I believe this is a Billy's Satellite cover, this song. I Want to Go Back. So this was originally done by that group. So, and here's the lyrics from the song. I was listening to the radio. I heard a song, reminded me of a long ago. Back then I thought that the things were never going to change. It used to be that I never had to feel the pain. I know that things will never be the same. I want to go back and do it all over. But I can't go back. I know. I want to go back because I'm feeling so much older, but I can't go back. I know. So when he says that, but I can't go back. I know, I want to go back because I'm feeling so much older. To me, that's like the mortality. And then the second verse, I recall hanging out on Friday night, the first slow dance, hoping that I get it right. Back then I thought I'd never have to stand alone. It used to be that a lonely heart was never shown. I know that things will never be the same. And of course I want to go back and do it all over, but I can't go back. I know. I want to go back because I'm feeling so much older, but I can't go back. I know. And then after the bridge, it's, I know, girl, things will never be the same. Oh no. I want to go back. Do it all over, but I can't go back. I know. I want to go back. Feeling so much older, but I can't go back. I know. And of course, I want to go back and do it all over, but I can't go back. I know. I want to go back, because I'm feeling so much older, but I can't go back. I know. So, Ace Frehley's Spaceman is a hard rock album with themes on mortality, nostalgia, dedicated love, and the end of love, space travel, and inspiration. What I like about this record is Ace Frehley's candor, lyrically speaking. He puts it all out there for you. The heart is on the sleeve. However, I don't hear enough bass on this record, and I think it hurts some of the songs because of it production-wise. I did notice that on some songs, the rhythm guitar was actually taking on the duty of the bass guitar. Sometimes that worked for me, and other times it didn't. So that was kind of clever. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of clever when I actually noticed that. But for me, the best song on this album is the last track called Quantum Flux. And that track is, give me 1 second. So I want to make sure that I got I want to make sure I'm saying that name right. And Quantum Flux. I really like that song. I'm going to tell you why. Yeah, I got it right. Okay, just wanted to double check. So it's a perfect instrumental track that I wish he would have put lyrics on. I.e., example, Mission to Mars lyrics. I like the lyrics for the song Mission to Mars, but not the actual music for that song. And that's got to be kind of like one of the first where I was able to split a song in half that way, because usually if the lyrics are strong enough, I'll love the music too. But with Mission to Mars, he was talking about space flight and space interruption during his space travel. And it didn't come across authentic to me because of the music. I didn't care for the music for that song at all. I didn't feel a space vibe at all on that track. But when I got to the Quantum Flux song, which is the last song on the record, the Spaceman vibe was totally there. I would love to hear more of a track like that one, with him singing or doing spoken word. I think Mr. Frehley could really flip the script on that, in that regard. I would love to see Ace Frehley work with a producer that can get him to experiment more like he does on this last track, Quantum Flux. Get him out of his comfort zone. This is a good hard rock record, like I said, with production that's a little bit dated. When the record was over, I found myself asking the question, why didn't he sing more when he was in Kiss? He definitely has something to say, and it's worth hearing. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, I give this record a 7.5. So, I mean, it's totally Ace Frehley. It's totally him. So, and when you hear, like I said, when you hear the last track, the instrumental track, I was just like, oh, Spaceman. I mean, like, I wish he would have called the song that and just sang about it, or like on that track or any track like that, as I said before, earlier, for him to sing with that style of music or do a spoken word, it would have been even more compelling. Like I said, I saw Kiss before, and when I saw him play guitar, I was like, wow, it just wasn't smoking guitar. He could like play. He's amazing. So I do want to see him live now after listening to this record. But yeah, like I said, I would love to see him get a producer, take him out of his comfort zone, maybe a producer from the from a hip hop or indie rock scene. People come to mind to me would be off the top of my head. It would be someone like, Danger Mouse, Beck, Pharrell, any of those guys, or even Questlove. Yeah, definitely Questlove. So I'd like to see Mr. Frehley try something different, because when he goes out there, it's really nice. And I feel like this record, like I said, it's a little bit dated. It has definitely an 80s rock feel to it, which is okay, which is good and bad, because, okay, that's where you're from. I get it. But it's 2018. Show me what you've done since then. Show me where you are now. What have you amassed? What have you collected? So the favorite tracks on this record are Without You, I'm Nothing, which was co-written by Gene Simmons, Rocking with the Boys, Bronx Boy, I Want to Go Back, Off My Back, and Quantum Flux. So I get this album a 7.5, like I said. So Ace Frehley, Spaceman. Check it out. So, and then we're going to go into, so we're going to do Mr. Scott last. So I want to talk about Miss Yazmin Lacey. Her EP is called When the Sun Dips 90 Degrees. Oh, before I do that, my bad, sorry. More on Mr. Ace Frehley. And you know what? I want to make sure that, like, when you hear this podcast, you're like, okay, the captain broke it down. I see where he's coming from, and either I agree or I don't, but I can dig it. So I was doing some research yesterday. So, okay. So glam rock is a style of rock that developed in the United Kingdom in the early 1970s, performed by musicians who wore outrageous costumes, makeup, and hairstyles, particularly platform shoes and glitter. Other U.S. glam artists included New York Dolls, Iggy Pop, and Joe Bryant. Okay, so you get these. So you see where it says outrageous costumes, makeup, and hairstyles. So yeah, people know about the New York Dolls, and yeah, Iggy Pop did glam later, but let's be clear. Mr. Iggy Pop, who was originally Iggy Stooge from the Stooges, they were the first punk rock group. It wasn't the Sex Pistols. It was the Stooges. So Iggy was the grandfather of punk rock. Now, you might say that his brother is Johnny Rotten. Sure. You could say that. Definitely. I mean, there's some kinship there. And then there's Death, proto-punk. So, those are his brothers too from Detroit. But yeah, so I would say that maybe Iggy Pop's solo stuff is more glam, but the Stooges to me was not glam. They were just pure punk. And it was, it worked. So that's the definition of glam rock. So when you listen to that definition of what glam rock is, Kiss totally fits that bill. They may be the most glam of them all because of the makeup and costume. So, and yeah, I mean, they had one figure member who wasn't androgynous, but you could definitely say that Ace, Peter, and Paul had that kind of an androgynous sex appeal with the ladies. So that might make them stand out even more and may give them even more relevance in the glam rock field. But yeah, so they are glam rock, definitely. So I wanted to give you guys that in that definition. So as they say, if you don't know, then now you know. Another term for it was glitter rock. That's another nickname for it. Glam rock or glitter rock. So there that is. And then apparently, like T-Rex, Mark Bone, the T-Rex, they were like a glam rock band too. Mott the Hoopla. So yeah, there's lots of it. So because Kiss is in the Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, so which is covering metal, so they try to put them in that category. But to me, they were never really like that. Like I said, to me, they were still just glam. They weren't really metal. So I think that's a mischaracterization of who they are. But that's just my opinion. But more on Mr. Frehley, because he's worth talking about. He does have a few shows left he's doing for this year, looks like. And it's this month, actually. He is doing a guitar signing on November 9th at Clearwater, Florida, at the Capitol Theater. Oh, no, he's doing a concert and then VIP with the ticket. You can get a guitar signed. Okay. Apparently. And then the next day, November 10th, he's going to be in Melbourne, Florida. I was about to say Melbourne, Australia, but no, Melbourne, Florida, at the King Center for the Performing Arts. Same thing. So those are, and then November 11th, VIP, let's see, the Miramar in Florida, Miramar Amphitheater. So he's going to spend 3 days in a row in Florida, the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. And then after that, there's no more dates for the rest of the year, it looks like. At least not for now. So that's Ace Frehley touring. So very cool. So what was that? But yeah, I'm thinking, was there anything else I was going to say about that? Yeah, that's it. So Ace Frehley, Spaceman, 7.5. An album worth checking out. It's pretty cool. So now, when I get into another album, Yazmin Lacey, her EP is called, drum roll, When the Sun Dips 90 Degrees. It's a very cool, painting portrait cover art. It's a side, it's the right side of her face. She's looking, her eyes are closed, but she's facing like the east. And there's like a red or blood moon sun right behind her face. But her face kind of overlaps almost half of that sun. That could be a blood moon. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's like a pastel blue. The painting, it's cool. And actually, this artwork kind of is, to me, it's a little reminiscent of Stevie Wonder's Inner Visions, the way the style of the artwork. It's very cool. So it says, let's read you a nice description about Miss Lacey. First Word Records is very proud to present a brand new EP from Yazmin Lacey, When the Sun dips 90 degrees. Excuse me. When the sun dips 90 degrees. This EP follows on from her two recent singles, 90 Degrees and Something My Heart Trusts, both of which are included here, along with three previously unreleased tracks, Heaven, Body Needs Healing, and Burn and Rise. We'll talk some more and get into this review after this break.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
And once again, you're listening to GSMC Music Podcast. This is your Captain Keith. So this set illustrates, again, Yazmin's candid songwriting delivered in her uniquely laid-back soulful style, whilst a glorious fusion of neo-soul and jazz performed by Pete Beardsworth and a trusty band rides throughout. In recent times, Yazmin has made live appearances on Jazz FM, BBC Radio 4, One Extra, and NTS, and received widespread acclaim across the airwaves, including BBC Radio 2, BBC 6 Music, Worldwide FM, and MI Soul, plus Spotify love from the likes of the independent and heavy support from DJs such as Gilles Peterson, James Supernova, Tom Ravenscroft, Huey Morgan, and Jamie Cullum. Yazmin appeared heavily in The Guardian / The Observer's recent extensive feature on the UK's new jazz movement too. Initially a Brownswood Future Bubbler graduate, Yazmin self-released her debut EP, Black Moon, last year. This led to a Maida Vale session late 2017 with Jordan Rakai, Moses Boyd, Oscar Jerome, and now label mates. Children of Zeus. She kicked off the year with a performance at the Worldwide Awards with Skinny Pilem, and has recently done shows with artists such as Alpha, Mist, Ezra Collective, Tall Black Guy, and Fatima. Yazmin has a UK tour scheduled for November, as well as several festival appearances across Europe and Locked In. There's a lot more to come from this Knots-based Londoner. Yet, in Yazmin's words, 90 degrees is about the time of the day / night when there's a shift in pace and energy. When you decide to lock off from the outside world and create your own atmosphere, take some time to give thanks for what's breathing love into your life and smoke off the censor. See, I'm going to go back on that sentence. Take some time to give thanks for what's breathing love into your life and smoke off the, we'll use the word lunacies. Everyone needs a little routine for self-preservation. So, yeah, we'll go with that. So let's get into the EP, When the Sun Dips 90 Degrees. And the first track on this EP is called 90 Degrees. It opens up with a very strong and groove-ridden bass line that is very present. Drums with African-style percussion and claps that support the groove. There's a jazz guitar that plays clean single notes off in the background. The keys come into the song and play with a doorbell / xylophone type of sound. At this point, the song has a very organic jazz / neo-soul vibe to it. At the middle of the song, it slows down. You can hear a Fender Rhodes style keyboard playing and wind chime bells in the background. The sound is very sensual in its sound. The bass and percussion navigate the song. The song changes back to its original tempo right before the end. This song is about waiting for the right time of day to shut the world out so that you can do what you want to do, whether it's be creative or just laying still and meditating or sleeping. 90 degrees represents the time shift during the day. So I can dig that. I mean, we all need some time, for ourselves. And here's some of the lyrics. Waiting for 7:03 to come hijack my thoughts from me. When the sun dips 90 degrees, I roll up my icicle piece. And oh, I've got a bit of peace. Physical world is draining me. Come catch some solidarity. And of course, this'll be my remedy. Oh, this'll be my remedy. Second verse. And now it's 2:08. I should sleep. It's getting late. So much to do. I want to regulate. This is my time to get straight. Give thanks for the gains. Mill out. Remain sane. Come catch some solidarity. This'll be my remedy. Oh, this'll be my remedy. Oh, this'll be my remedy. Gotta get used. This'll be my remedy. There's an interlude in the bridge, and then I'll breathe before I die. I'll die before I breathe. Third verse. No money in my pocket, I got the love. No money in my pocket, I got the love. No money in my pockets, I got the love. No money in my pocket, I got the love. And that's how the song ends. So the next track is Burn and Rise. And it starts off with the cool Fender Rhodes jazz keyboard rhythms. Also layered with an acoustic piano layered on top of the Fender Rhodes. Snare, cymbals, and kick drum for jazz percussion sound. The Fender Rhodes keyboard and the acoustic piano actually anchored the song. The acoustic piano is playing as if it were a lead guitar to the Fender Rhodes rhythm. This song seems to be about death and rebirth in a physical and spiritual sense. Wiping the slate clean and starting over. There are times when that is actually the best course of action. This song is a celebration of rebirth. Once again, it's called Burn and Rise. And here's the lyrics. There's a time I know where we will burn and rise and rise. And I hoped I break into the day when the wise night I want be themselves. When the waves rise, when the winter's my escape, what imprint is left is the compassion within. There's a time I know where we will burn and rise rise, rise, burn, 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 and rise. Burn, 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 and rise. So, and then the last track on this record that I like is called Body Needs Healing. It starts off with the Fender Rhodes and drums that are subdued with the kick drum and snare rim patterns. Additional percussion gets added to the mix as the drums change into a regular snare kick drum pattern. A rhythm guitar comes in and plays a clean one-note rhythm briefly. The bass plays in a single-note rhythm. The drums and bass navigate the song. This song is about taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. It would appear that Yazmin Lacey was neglecting her health, so to speak. Body Needs Healing is also about healing your mind with your body and spirit. A very profound declaration. I think at one time or another, we all need to heal our bodies. So here's the lyrics to the song. I ask for rainfall. I welcome cleansing. Waiting for the shadows to cross my face. Waited in silence to see reflections of grace when it takes shape. My body needs some healing to shut off this feeling. My body needs some healing. Don't value the vessel. Didn't realize the weight of air the ship helped me sail through. Straight to my own ground. My foundations were rocky, but we tread ground now. My body needs some healing. To shut off this feeling, my body needs some healing. It's the last chapter of this. And then it's the interlude, and then the third verse. Rise up. I don't watch for nobody, and what I give to you, I give to my body. The chorus. My body needs a healing. Let's shut off this feeling. My body needs a healing. It's the last chapter of this. Of course, My Body Needs a Healing. Let's Shut Off This Feeling. My Body Needs a Healing. It's the last chapter of this. My Body Needs a Healing. Let's Shut Off This Feeling. My Body Needs a Healing. It's the last chapter of this. Then the outro is Rise Up. And then I don't watch for nobody. Nobody. And there you go. So that's the last track on this EP I want to talk about. So Yazmin Lacey's When the Sun Dips 90 Degrees is a great organic jazz / neo soul record with themes on healing, seclusion, the fear of true love, instinct, intuition, and rebirth. A great EP that should be longer, as in like a full-length album. On a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, I give this EP a 10. Favorite tracks on this album? Favorite tracks are all of them. 90 Degrees, Something My Heart Trusts, Burn and Rise, Heaven, Body Needs Healing. There you go, folks. Doesn't happen often. Does not happen often at all. 10 out of 10, Yazmin Lacey. And now for Travis Scott. His new album is called AstroWorld. Let's read a little something about it before we get into the review. So, this is the third studio album from American rapper Travis Scott. Let's see. It follows his second album, which was called Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight, which was from 2 years ago. And his collaborative album, Huncho Jack Huncho, which was last year with Quavo. The album features guest vocals from Kid Cudi, Frank Ocean, Drake, The Weeknd, James Blake, Sway Lee, Gunna, Philip Bailey, Nav, 21 Savage, Quavo, Takeoff, Juice WRLD, Sheck West, and Don Toliver, among others. Production was handled by multiple producers, including Mike Dean, Alan Ritter, Hit Boy, Wonder Girl, Tay Keith, Tame Impala, Frank Dukes, Sonny Digital, and Thundercat. There's also an appearance from Stevie Wonder. We'll talk about that later on. So the cover of this record is cool. It's like a carnival going on, or a circus. And you see these kids with like their little junk food. One kid's got popcorn tossed up in the air in their left hand, and a drink in their right. Another kid's snacking on like a swirl cookie with some ice cream. It's cute. And there's a family walking into this big, giant, like gold inflated head of Travis Scott with his mouth wide open for the door into the entrance. It's interesting. And there's a rocket ship like behind the one kid who's holding the popcorn up. It's a cool cover. It's different. So the first track on here I want to talk about is called Stargazing. It's the first track on the album, actually, and it's got atmospheric keyboards in the background, a trap bass and drums kick in as Travis Scott starts to sing through his auto-tune effect. The song does have a space vibe to it. The atmospheric keys and trap bass navigate the song. The second half of the song completely changes. Travis is no longer singing. At this point, there is no more autotune, and he's rhyming. And he sounds good. The trap bass has more of a thump to it and sounds more tribal. This part of the song has more of a club atmosphere vibe and less space vibe. The song is about Travis Scott having a psychedelic trip. That trip is called Stargazing, apparently. The song is about the highs and lows of his psychedelic trip. Basically he's just high. It also seems to be about him hooking up with a groupie who knows he has a baby mama. So take that for whatever that's worth. And here's the lyrics from the track Stargazing. Rollin', 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 got me stargazing. Yeah, sipping on perp, feeling like the bear baby. It's lit. Whatever I downed, it got me going crazy. Yeah, psychedelics got me going crazy. All right, post-chorus. So we had pre-chorus. Now apparently we have post-chorus. Okay, I can't keep up here. This is all right. So the post-chorus, apparently. I was hot as hell out in the heat. Yeah. Then the storm came in and saved my life. Head up to the sky, down on my knees, straight up. Out of nowhere, you came here to save the night. In the nighttime, woo, yeah. And then rolling, rolling, rolling. Got me stargazing. Roll, psychedelics got me going crazy. Oh no. Censor. Brothers femaling, they excelling. Yeah. Are they intelling? What you telling? We propelling up top with Ellen, with the choppers. Kill the jealous with propane repellent. Got me going crazy. It's lit. On tour We'll tell them we brought the section gang. They keep on calling up. It's getting hectic. But like we projected, so we cut the plug. He's interjected, got me going crazy. And then the chorus is rolling, 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 got me stargazing. Yeah. Sipping on perp, feeling like the bear baby, it's lit. Whatever I downed, it got me going crazy. Yeah. Psychedelics got me going crazy. All right. And then more post-chorus. I was hot as hell out in the heat. Yeah, yeah. Then the storm came in and saved my life. Head up to the sky, down on my knees, straight up, out of nowhere. You came here to save the night, in the nighttime. Woo, yeah. And then got me going crazy. And we'll get into part 2 of the song after this break.
Watching TV has changed over time. Streaming has become the new norm. That's why Golden State Media Concepts television podcast dives headfirst to the world of cord cutting. Want to be on the loop of what's hot in Netflix? Or if it's not a preference, what about original shows in Hulu? We've got you covered. Join us as we fill in the blanks and talk about movies to stream and what show you should be binging. This is the Golden State Media Concepts television podcast.
And once again, you're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is your Captain Keith. And we're back. So we're reviewing Travis Scott's new record. We're on the song Stargazing. Here's the second verse. Now, at this point, he starts rhyming and he's not singing. So, okay, I've been up for some days. I ain't got time to lay just to drown out all these thoughts. I tried all kind of things. If I take you to my past, you'll be traumatized. Got 1,000 kids outside that's trying to come alive. 99 took AstroWorld. It had to relocate. Told the dogs how to bring it back. It was a steal of faith. Before no car notes, baby girl, she played the tourist guide. Got the keys into my city, now she knows the rides. Now she know the rides. Got new money, got new problems, got new enemies. When you make it to the top, it's the amenities. Packing out Toyota like I'm in the league. And it ain't a mosh pit if I ain't, it ain't a mosh pit if ain't no injuries. I got him stage diving out the nosebleeds. All right, all right, all right. And she hit that book of sugar till her nosebleed. All right, all right, all right. Bounced that crap forever. She on both knees. She was talking about forever. Got a whole week. All right, all right, all right. Plus, she know my baby mama is a trophy. She be throwing up them bees. Feel like we both bleed. She keep my Johnson jumping up. Censor. Feel like I'm Moby. I'm way too gold for this beef. Feel like I'm Kobe. Yeah, this right here is astronomical. I see you picked up all my ways. I feel responsible. Then trying to say that all my problems is improbable. They keep itching at my spit. I'm diabolical. You feel me? So that is Stargazing. And then the next track is called Sick Mode, one of my favorite tracks. Features Drake. Starts off with synth keys that have an outer space cinematic vibe to them. Drake comes in and starts singing. Once Drake stops singing and starts rhyming, the beat starts to change to a quick-paced snare roll and thumping drum bass. Both sounds stop abruptly and Travis begins his rhymes to a whole new beat from within the song. The bass line stabs into the song 5 times before Travis Scott starts his rhyme. The trap drums are slowed down. The bass line has a warped sound to it as it syncs with the trap drums and navigates the song. The beat changes a little past the middle mark of the song. The synth keys have an operatic organ sound in the faint background. The trap bass is pulsing and quicker than before as Drake rhymes. The operatic organ in the faint background and pulsing bass line anchor this part of the song until the drum beat changes at the very end. This song is about Travis Scott and Drake living and doing hip-hop in beast mode, aka hip-hop version of sicko mode. Now, which basically means they always go big with everything is done on a higher level now, especially when they're on the road touring. Beast mode / sicko mode also means that when you're in the game, you become untouchable because you're that good in that moment. So there you go. And here's the lyrics to that song. Part 1 is Drake. Astro, yeah, sun is down, freezing cold. That's how we already know winter's here. My dog would probably do it for a Louis belt. That's just all he know. He don't know nothing else. I tried to show him, yeah. Yeah. Going on you with pick and roll. Like a basketball term, like that. Young LA Flame, he in sicko mode. And part 2 is Travis. Woo, made this here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside when they pull up, they get me loose. Yeah, jump out, boys. That's Nike boys hopping out coops. This crap way too big when we pull up. Give me the loot. Was off the Remy, had a papoose. Had to hit my old town to duck the news. 2 4-hour lockdown. We made no moves. Now it's 4 a.m. and I'm back up popping with the crew. I just landed in Chase B. Makes this pop like Jamba Juice. Different colored chains. Think my jeweler really selling fruits. And they choking, man. Know the crackers wish it was a noose. Bridge, Big Hawk, and Sway Lee is they say. Someone said, to win the retreat, we all in too deep. Playing for keeps. Don't play us for weak. Someone said, to win the retreat, we all in too deep. Playing for keeps. Don't play us for weak. So that's, yeah, that stuttering is part of the lyrics. So, and then the second verse, Travis Scott. Yeah, this crap way too formal. Y'all all know. I don't follow suit. Stacey Dash. Most of these girls ain't got a clue. Clever. All of these ladies, I made off records. Where he said all of these hoes, I made off records. I produced. I might take all my exes and put them all in a group. Hit my S's. I need the booch. About to turn this function to Bonnaroo. Told her, hop in. You coming too. In the 305, ladies treat me like I'm Uncle Luke. Censor. Don't stop. Pop that. Censor. Had to slop the top off. It's just a roof. She said. Where we going? I said the moon. We ain't even make it to the room. She thought it was the ocean. It's just a pool. Now I got her open. It's just the goose. Who put this crap together? I'm the glue. And then the bridge. Someone said, shorty FaceTime me out the blue. Someone said, playing for keeps. Someone said, mother lover. Someone said, don't play us for weak. And then Drake and Travis. Yeah. Astro. Yeah. Tay, Keith. Screw these brothers up. Aye. More Drake and Travis. She's in love with who I am. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Yeah. Now I hit the FBO with duffels in my hands. I did a half a Zan, 13 hours till I land. Had me out like a light. Yeah. Like a light. Yeah. The third verse. Like a light. I slept through the flight. Not for the night. 767, man. This crap got double bedroom, man. I still got scores to settle, man. I crept down the block, made a right, yeah, right. Cut the lights, yeah, what? Paid the price, yeah. Brothers think it's sweet. Nah, never. It's on sight. Yeah, what? Nothing nice. Yeah, baguettes in my ice. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, checks over stripes. Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, that's what we like. Yeah, lost my respect. You're not a threat. When I shoot my shot, that crap wetty like I'm Shaq. And then, which censor? See the shots that I took. Wet like I'm booked. Wet like I'm Lizzie. I be spinning valley circle blocks till I'm dead. Yeah, what? Like, where is he? Yeah, what? No one's seen him. Yeah. I'm trying to clean him. Yeah. She's in love with who I am. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Now I hit the FBO with duffels in my hands. Woo! I did a half a Zan, 13 hours till I land. Had me out like a light. like a light, like a light, like a light. Yeah, pass the dogs to Sally, sending text. Ain't sending kites. Yeah, he said, keep that on lock. I said, you know this crap, it's stife. Yeah, it's absolute. Yeah, I'm back. Reboot, it's lit. Left Ferrari to Jamba Juice. Yeah, skirt, skirt. We back on the road. They jumping off. No parachute. Yeah, shouting in the back. She said she working on her glutes. Yeah, oh my God. Ain't by the book. Yeah, this how it look. Yeah, by the check. Yeah, check. Just check the foots. Yeah, pass this to my daughter. I'm gonna show her what it took. Yeah, baby mama cover. Baby mama cover Forbes. Got these other ladies shook. Yeah. All right, so. And the next track is probably my favorite track on this album. It's called Stop Trying to Be God. By the way, it has an amazing video for this. Travis Scott should get an award for the video for Stop Trying to Be God. I love that video. It's a well done, it's excellent video. Just superb. Just, yeah. It's nice to see someone doing an actual real music video where they put effort and creativity into what they're doing. So, respect for that. So, Stop Trying to Be God starts off with Travis Scott humming and then singing. Just know what this about. He hums a little more before singing more verses. You hear psychedelic atmospheric keys in the background with trap bass and drums. Travis is singing through an auto-tune effect that I actually like on this track. The trap bass, drums, and psychedelic trippy atmospherics navigate the song. You can hear Stevie Wonder playing harmonica on this song towards the end of it as Jane Blake comes in to sing a very soulful verse. The video for this song is amazing. This song seems to be about Travis Scott keeping himself in check. He understands the success he has as an MC, but does not want to let that go to his head, and where he starts to think he is better than his community and the woman that he loves. Stop Trying to Be God is about making sure that Travis Scott doesn't develop a God complex due to success and excess as a hip-hop star. One could say this song could actually be a sequel to Kendrick Lamar's Humble. And for me, it definitely works in that way. Never forget who you are, where you came from, and always have the love. So here's the song. This is the real action, the pop party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite. And then it says he's got Kid Cudi and Philip Bailey on this track, but I can't hear Philip Bailey when I listen to this track, so apparently he's there. And Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind & Fire, for those of you who don't know, the legendary, phenomenal Earth, Wind & Fire. Philip Bailey is amazing vocalist. Okay, so enough of that. Just know what this is about. Palm trees, oceans, fresh air that can break your heart. And then the chorus. Stop trying to be God. Stop trying to be God. That's not who you are. Stop trying to be God. That's just not your job. Stop trying to be God. God. Ride for it every night. Visions in these angels tight. Truth be told, I never try. Diamonds are the wife of life. All three rollies look alike. After two, you get a hookup price. Stripper never worked a 9 to 5. Delta and I shipped it overnight. Stop trying to be God Almighty. Screw the money. Never leave your people behind. Yeah, it's never love. No matter what you try. Still can see it. Still can see it coming down your eyes. Because they did not create commandments. Ooh. When you hustle, always make it fancy. Ooh. The signal's far from what you can be. Ooh. Because air traffic controls the landing. Yeah. Stop trying to be God. Stop trying to be God. That's not who you are. Stop trying to be God. That's not your job. Stop trying to be God. Stop trying to play God Almighty. Always keep your circle tight. I've been wanting crap my whole life. I'm warning you. Best not try to play God tonight. If I love her, I'm a pass on her. First rule of war. You find an act on her. You can't win a trophy or plaque off her. But never turn your back on her, because they did not create commandments. When you hustle, always make it fancy. The signal's far from what you can be, because air traffic controls the landing. Yeah. You won't succeed trying to learn me. Stick to the roads of my journey. Stay out of court when you got the attorney. She say she love, but want to really burn me. Stop trying to be God. Stop trying to be God. That's not who you are. Stop trying to be God. That's just not your job. Stop trying to be God. Then James Blake comes in and sings. Is it the complex of the saint that's keeping you so still? Is it a coat of old paint that's peeling every day against our will? Is it too long since the last open conversation you had? Oh no. And did you see the void in the past? And can you ever see it coming back? Well, can you always be a step ahead of it for me? Well, can you always be a step ahead of it for me? And then the end is James Blake, Kid Cudi, and apparently Stevie Wonder with whoa, 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 whoa. That it. I may not be giving it justice, but I like that song and I love the video. So that song's definitely about ego. So for Travis Scott's AstroWorld, it's a psychedelic hip hop album that delivers with themes on ego, lust, ambition, excess, death, and space. I give this record a 6.5 out of 10. Too much auto-tune. The production's cool, but he relies way too much on auto-tune. He's got a great voice when he rhymes, and it's good so I found myself relieved when I could hear him rhyming. I'm so over all this excessive auto-tune. Let it go, people. Please get back to, if Run DMC was doing auto-tune, they wouldn't be the legends that they are today. Same with LL. You don't need that. It's a crutch. Let it go, please. No more auto-tune, man. Especially when you have a great rap voice. You don't even need it. So even when you're singing or you're rapping, just way too much. If it was less auto-tune, I would have enjoyed the record even more. Then he's got The Weeknd on there and he's singing through auto-tune. It was just way too much at one point. Way too much. Favorite tracks are Stargazing, Sicko Mode featuring Drake, Stop Trying to Be God, Wake Up, 5% TNT, NC-17, Yosemite, and Coffee Bean. And lyrically, I feel like Travis Scott can go deeper than where he goes. He's still kind of on the surface, and I want to see him do more than that. He talks about the lifestyle. He talks about issues with his girl, and those are good, but there's more. But he's young, so we'll see what happens. There's more, but it's entertaining. It is, and I see the appeal. So, but yeah, 6.5 out of 10. So. Once again, Travis Scott. Well, good people of the planet Earth and the known universe, you've been listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is your Captain Keith. Hope you had a good time. I know I did. Oh, but you know what? Oops. I got to give you the Travis Scott tour dates and let you know what I'm going to be. So next week, I will be reviewing the new Black Eyed Peas record that's coming out. And the new Steve Perry record, formerly of Journey, the original lead singer of Journey, one of the greatest rock and roll voices of all time. There are two guys in rock bands who perfected the rock ballad. Steve Perry and Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury from Queen. That's right, folks. The Bohemian Rhapsody movies came out. I will probably watch it this weekend and tell you about it next week. But you might have to hear that in my entertainment podcast. Just saying. Hi. So, real quick, Travis Scott World Tour, the Wish You Were Here Tour. Oh, come on, man. Pink Floyd much? Come on. So tomorrow, Baltimore, Maryland, Royal Farms Arena. On the 9th of November, Raleigh, North Carolina, the PNC Arena. November 11th, Miami, Florida, the American Airlines Arena. November 12th, Tampa, Florida, Amalie Arena. November 13th, Atlanta, Georgia, Phillips Arena. November 15th, Dallas, Texas, American Airlines Center. November 17th, Houston, Texas, AstroWorld Festival. Okay. That might be his festival. Right on. November 19th, Louisville, Kentucky, KFC Yum Center. Folks, I kid you not, it says KFC Yum ! Center. Now I kind of have to see that place. That's just, that name's hilarious. Canada, November 21st, Toronto, Ontario, Scotiabank Arena. November 24th, Newark, New Jersey, Prudential Center. November 25th, PPG Paints Arena. November 27th, New York, Madison Square Garden. November 28th, New York, Madison Square Garden. Okay. November 29th, Capital One Arena, Washington, D.C. November 30th, Hartford, Connecticut, XL Center. December 1st, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Wells Fargo Center. December 2nd, Boston, Massachusetts, the TD Garden. December 4th, Cleveland, Ohio, Quicken Loans Arena. December 5th, Detroit, Michigan, Little Caesars Arena. December 6th, Chicago, Illinois, United Center. Let's see. December 8th, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Target Center. So the 6th was Chicago, Illinois, United Center. December 9th, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the Pfizer Forum. December 10th, Omaha, Nebraska, the Chai Health Center. December 12th, Denver, Colorado, Pepsi Center. December 15th, Sacramento, California, Golden One Center. December 16th, Oakland, California, Oracle Arena. December 18th, Phoenix, Arizona, Talking Stick Resort Arena. December 19th, Los Angeles, California, the Forum. December 20th, Los Angeles, California, the Forum. December 22nd, Portland, Oregon, the Moda Center. So that's the Travis Scott tour so far. All right, good people of planet Earth and the known universe, thank you once again for listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is your Captain Keith. Hope you had a good time. I know I did, and I appreciate you all. And next week, so it'll be the new Black Eyed Peas record, the new Steve Perry record, and the third record would be a surprise. So you have to tune in to find out. There it is. So what you do know is you're going to get Black Eyed Peas and Steve Perry. You know that much. But what's the third thing? Tune in and find out. Until then, until next time, see you somewhere out in space.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.